Good day, and thanks for stopping by GardenStateWeather.com, New Jersey and the Northern Mid-Atlantic region's weather news portal. I'm forecaster Robert Smith, and this is the in-depth forecast analysis video discussion for Thursday, July 12, 2012. Looking over the forecast area this morning, we've got temperatures already into the low and mid 70s across all of the northern New Jersey, New York City metro area, with the exception out on central and eastern Long Island, where temperatures are still in the middle and upper 60s, and portions of northwest Jersey, too, where temperatures are in the 60s right now, but they're going to warm up nicely back well into the 80s again during this afternoon across all areas. And we've just got some light light, mid, and upper level cloud cover still streaming northeast from low pressure moving offshore of the northern mid-Atlantic this morning. Once again, just a few showers across the Chesapeake and back into Virginia and some off the North Carolina coast as another area of low pressure moves off the coast. And that is providing for some cloud cover to still be streaming south to northeast across the Delmarva region into central and eastern coastal New Jersey. And the water vapor loop this morning showing nicely the high pressure ridge, which is building in at the center over the northern mid-Atlantic region. Notice all these blacks and reds, that's sinking air, descending air, and that's drying air. But we still have a jet streak that's leaving southern New England and some moderate mid and upper level winds here across Pennsylvania, and even to the south of that. So we're still having some influence of moisture being fed up along this front, well north of this frontal boundary now, which is further draped now across the South Carolina coast and off the North Carolina coast, with one disturbance now, as you can see on water vapor, very clearly weakening but lifting northeast out over the ocean. We're expecting a lot more sunshine across the area today than we did yesterday, but there's going to be also a considerable amount of cumulus clouds once again, which will develop inland as convective temperatures are met into the mid and upper 80s, and the ambient temperatures also being in the mid and upper 80s. So a lot of convective clouds, cumulus clouds, will be building in across the Poconos, northwestern New Jersey, southeastern New York, and the lower Hudson Valley. And surfers are getting an early start this morning. Notice the swells coming in off the ocean. This is in Belmar here. And the sun is coming up on the horizon. We've got some beach people already out this morning, and we saw some people on the further out here in the waves this morning trying to get an early start with the surfing. And the one thing you do want to be mindful of this morning and throughout the afternoon is the risk for rip currents, because they're going to be moderate to locally high across the south-facing shore beaches of Long Island and New York and also in New Jersey. So you do want to be mindful never to swim alone and always have a flotation device, especially near jetties and piers. And be very, very careful out there because rip currents can take you under. Remember to swim parallel to the water and until the wave breaks or the swell breaks, because we're going to have seas of just a couple of feet today, but swells coming in on an easterly fetch. So you're going to have to be mindful if you're out there on the water during today. Nam Wharf composite reflectivity forecast going ahead from the Penn State eWall site shows the wave of low pressure weakening as well off the New Jersey and Delmarva coast this morning. And again, some mid and upper level cloud cover is still existing here across the northern mid-Atlantic from coastal New Jersey down through the Delmarva. And the model wants to hold on to some of this, but then breaks it up. Also keeps a spot of a shower across the hills of northwest Jersey this afternoon under the influence of convective cloud cover. Now, these showers will be light. We saw them yesterday across the Poconos and parts of northern New Jersey, Sussex, and Bergen County, and even northern Morris County yesterday afternoon. They're pulse-like storms. They can drop some copious amounts of rain, and they're very slow movers. So we're going to have to be mindful of that, especially as we go into the weekend, because we're going to get very hot and very humid air moving into the metropolitan area from Friday afternoon right through early next week, and we'll get into that in just a moment. And the modeling wants to keep most of the convection to the north and to the east of us initially. Again, modeling keeping some of the cloud cover over the forecast area with a spotty shower throughout the area. And as we get into the day on Friday, partly cloudy skies again start off our morning. A little bit more cloudiness coming into the forecast. This model is particularly persistent on keeping a fair amount of cloud cover and a canopy over the forecast area with breaks of sunshine in between. And we can see that evident because we're breaking out with showers across the hills of western Virginia and also across the Ohio Valley. And this is in association with the front that's now to our south. and a disturbance in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere trying to organize and move the front further to the north. Now the skies do brighten a little bit on Friday night. Again, on Saturday, we can see more moisture pooling here north, and as we do so, we're going to find that temperatures are going to rebound nicely from the upper 80s into the mid 90s, and the showers and perhaps even a thunderstorm or so will stay to the west of us, and that will be on Friday night and Saturday morning. But it's possible that some of these showers will make it through the area, especially during the afternoon on Saturday and Saturday night into early Sunday morning, as the warm front actually makes it fully north of the New Jersey, New York City metro area. And back with the Penn State eWall Sites European model guidance going ahead for the next week. We can see the ridge of high pressure developing into a Bermuda high configuration by Friday and Saturday, and that means the warm front's going to move through the area. Considerable amount of cloud cover and very humid conditions. Any showers that get in here on Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening could be slow movers, and also they could be dropping copious amounts of rainfall, as precipitable water values will be nearing 2 inches. So any of the showers and thunderstorms can contain locally flashier rain for small streams, rivers, and of course urban flooding of streets. High pressure building in across the region, that will be over and conjoining us during the week ahead. A very sticky, muggy air, upper 60s to low 70s for dew points. Temperatures upper 80s, low and mid 90s at times. And we'll get breaks of sunshine, but cold fronts will try to make it through and wash out as they make it into the northern mid-Atlantic region, just become focal points for boundaries where destabilization and leftover clouds and rain showers will be evident. So it won't be raining all the time, and by the end of next week, that's when a stronger cold front will make it through the eastern United States and into Quebec, Canada with low pressure, and that will develop an upper trough that will swing through, and that will keep the northeastern United States chillier by the end of next week with much drier air. But until then, we're going to be dealing with very humid, sticky conditions, very muggy summertime weather, with the threat of showers and thunderstorms, and we'll have to monitor the disturbances as we move through time. Forecast maps going ahead. High pressure building in, as we mentioned on satellite imagery this morning, across the northern New Jersey area. And here's that wave of low pressure weak as it moves off the northern mid-Atlantic coast and out into the ocean. Here comes the frontal boundary that will begin to build across the region. It's going to take most of the day on Friday to get in here. High pressure off the coast, the winds turning more to the south and southeast and southerly, and eventually backing into the southwest as a warm front begins to move into the area. We can see another disturbance here across the Tennessee and Ohio River Valley, trying to establish what will be a period of rain around here on Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, and Saturday night, especially over northwestern New Jersey, the Poconos, and central and western Pennsylvania. High pressure basically building into the forecast area. We can see this becoming an extension of a Bermuda high building across the southeastern United States, pumping in south to southwesterly winds and moisture all the way from the Gulf and the Caribbean, actually, into the mid-Atlantic states early next week. Now, a weak frontal boundary is going to try to approach here either late Monday or early Tuesday. It may make it through and probably just fizzle out. But it will leave a debris cloudiness and perhaps a shower or a thunderstorm about the area. And as I mentioned, with precipitable waters being so high and the relative humidity levels being high because the atmosphere is going to be quite saturated with water vapor, any of these slow-moving showers and T-storms could produce locally flashier heavy downpours that will have to be monitored. I find still a little bit of weakness in this ridge. We'll be on the northern extension of that. Been having a lot of internet problems lately, and I really just don't know what the problem is, so I'm going to cut the video short for today, and we'll be back with you on Friday. Alright, internet is back up and working temporarily, so we find this weakness here in the northern extension of this Bermuda high that's building in across the southeastern United States. So upper level disturbances and lows across southeastern Canada will try to swing cold fronts through here, but they're going to be weakening, but they'll become focal points or boundaries as these weak areas of low pressure move into southeastern Canada. Their frontal boundaries will try to make it into the northern mid-Atlantic region and become boundaries for moisture to pool along. So we're just going to have to monitor where these boundaries lie day by day, but it's going to be a very muggy forecast going forward. All right, and I'll finish up for today with that in mind. Be careful if you're going to the beaches today, for rip current risk could be light to moderate to high. Do be mindful and never swim alone. Enjoy the beach today and enjoy your Thursday. I'll be back bright and early with you on Friday morning. For GardenStateWeather.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. Keep cool, drink plenty of fluids, non-alcoholic beverages, of course, and I'll visit you bright and early again on Friday.